Hi there, Malta to the core here. Okay, today is the last day of Titanfall beta. I just want to make a small review before it's over, so it's gonna be over about 7 p.m. Pacific tonight. So basically what is it? It's a FPS game with robots on it, like mechs. We have 2 maps, 3 modes, 3 game modes, and let's see further down. So what are the options? Okay, as video settings we have field of view 90, which is most of the players play like 90, 95 on PC. 90 is okay for me. So pretty much I lower most of them in a way just to make that recording, because otherwise it dips below like 30 FPS and I don't want that. With the AMD 7870 actually I can max out everything and it's pretty good, like, and 60 FPS without recording. But if I record, that seems to be the the decent like settings for that. So that's on 1080p. For some reason 720p doesn't work very well. Actually works way worse than 1080p, like I mean performance wise. So I get 60 FPS with that video card with 1080p, and with 720p I actually get 24 FPS maxed out for no reason whatsoever. So it should be much faster, but I just don't get it. So yeah, it's a television because I watch it on television, like a nice one, but still. So that's about that. Key bindings, yeah, we have everything that he actually can request. Like we might need, except one only thing, that whenever we spawn, I just can't find the actual button to change that default spacebar, which is like, for me it doesn't work because I play for various reasons on the instead on WASD buttons. I just play with the arrows and doesn't work for me. So I just have to just take my hand off and just go on hit the spacebar, and by accident can do something in between, which doesn't work for me. If you guys know what it is, just please comment. But I just can't find anything that can replace the respawn button. It's spacebar, and if it's like that, it really can break the game for me. Everything else, it's good because that game is really optimized for PC, so it works pretty well. It's not a bad port or anything. So that's about settings. All you need, I mean, as a PC player, you need nice video settings, a nice key binding, and that's about that. So the play, it's only multiplayer, obviously. There is a single player campaign modes integrated in the modes that we don't have yet here, but it's gonna be a lot more like it's gonna show more like further down whenever we get the full version. So yeah, so it's space training mode, which is 18 to 20 minutes long for like most of the stuff. It just teaches you how to do that wall jumping, wall running, all the parkours and all stuff. I mean, just how to drive the mech and how to use the mech. Pretty much everything that you need to know about that new game mechanic. And that's about it. How to switch between like weapons, and how to deal with every different situation, like every situation that you're in at a time, against a pilot, against like grunts, which are the NPC in the games, like regular soldiers, and how to deal with the mechs, how to move, how to defend yourself, how to use shields and stuff, whatever. So the game is separated into different modes: pilot mode and a Titan mode. So whenever you just run around as a soldier, you're a pilot, which can has different loadout, as a Titan has a different loadout as well. So by default, they're like 2 or 3 default classes, which you don't see them right now until you get in the game. At level 5 you unlock the custom options, which is like pretty much like Call of Duty or any other shooter game. And at level 10 you can actually make custom Titan loadout. So what are the options inside? So you have primary, secondary weapon, and anti-Titan weapon. Okay, the weapons I'm not gonna get that much into because the way they work really doesn't make much sense to me. I don't know why they designed it like that. It should look futuristic, but I mean, I'll talk about it some other time. I can't really say anything about the snipers, shotguns, or sidearms, but the normal assault rifles and SMGs, they're really weird. So, okay, and anti-Titan weapons, you have only 2. That one is pretty decent if you hide and just lock on. I mean, it's a lock-on weapon. I think it's like a 3 or 4 launcher, like rocket launchers actually kill a Titan. But I really prefer the Sidewinder because you have like it's an automatic weapon, so I can actually. I find myself killing a Titan easier with that. If you're sneaky, that's probably is gonna be the choice for you, because you show up, lock on, shoot it, and that's about it. Okay, so primary, secondary weapon, anti-Titan weapon, so you don't have to sacrifice a secondary weapon for that. So you have tactical abilities, 2 as a pilot, not gonna get into, just basically it's almost like a perk but not exactly. So that's a grenade, ordnance, whatever. It's a grenade that you can have, and you have 2 tier perks, like tier 1 and tier 2. So we're not gonna get into that as well. It's because we'll see a lot more whenever the actual full version comes out, and you can change your gender, male or female. You cannot change the appearance at all because it's really based on a faction or weapon you're carrying at that time. So will be different with a helmet or a different helmet with no helmet. Well, it really depends. I think one of the female looks like that community manager Abby. That can't really say, and or most of the guys, they actually from the dev team, they had their faces on the soldiers, and I think that even that voiceover whenever you drive your Titan, actually it's Abby from the community manager as well. I'm not sure, but it looks like her, it sounds like her, so it really doesn't matter anyway. So that's about the pilot loadout. And let's say if you go back, there's a Titan loadout. You only have 1 Titan of all 3 Titans that we have in the full version, and there are only 3 weapons choices for that one. So we have okay, the cannon, pretty much. Okay, just a second, where is the cannon? Okay, the cannon, it's almost like a DMR or like a sniper, whatever. And I never use the rockets. I don't like it. I don't know why. That's what most people do. Use like as the chain gun. It's almost like a big SMG. I'm sorry, like a big LMG. And that's pretty much it. Okay, so there is tactical abilities. That's the shield that they use. Actually, can stop all the incoming rockets, bullets and everything else, and you can shoot it back. And it's so weird to use. People use like very effectively. I just don't like it that much. I prefer that one, which is electric smoke. Actually prevents kills everybody around you, like all the infantry around you. There is a small delay. They have time to escape or whatever. However, if somebody is riding you on top and actually trying to shoot your brains out as a Titan, which is I think it's the most effective way to kill a Titan, is actually getting on top and just try to shoot it. Otherwise, Titans can be defended pretty well, just hide around the buildings. But that way, so that's pretty much the best defense against somebody who's riding on top. So I prefer that one. But ordnance, So that's in the same button as a grenade for a pilot. It's those rockets that you actually use. That's the ordnance. So pretty much grenades and the special abilities of the Titans, they share the same button. So it depends if you're in as a pilot or you as a mech. Like you use the same button. And if you the jump button for a pilot, it's used for boosting left and left, up, and right as a mech. So the same button. So actually, it's pretty well thought. It's almost like vehicles in a battlefield. So you have different layouts if you're in the vehicle or not. And same thing, like 2 different perks. Really not gonna get into that because they're kind of subject to change, I guess, until the full version comes out. So that's what it is. And the chassis, we have Atlas, which is the main Titan. There is a slower, which is like a heavily armored, which we don't have yet here. And there is a faster one, which is like with less armor. So pretty much that's the middle ground. And I'll have this. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Is there anything else? Oh yeah, just summary, personal stat, challenges, options. The burn cards. Okay, so that's everything. It seems like a death streak. If it's a Call of Duty, they probably don't know what is a death streak. So after a certain amount of kills, like deaths, actually you get an option to get a some kind of a power up in a way, which was extremely good in Call of Duty, and people kept complaining about it, and they stopped having those at that point. This one, you don't get it after 4 or 5 kills consistently every single time, but you can actually choose to use any of those at any given time and at any given death. So let's say you die the first time and you choose to use one of those 2. They're not really like game-breaking abilities. Most of the times you have like 30 seconds less of your Titan, so you get like a certain amount of time you get Titan. So actually cuts down the time of your Titan, gives you like some kind of special firearm which is a bit better than the rest, or you actually get more speed, or like as a pilot. So it's a bit of a boost, and you don't get them indefinitely. Let's say I use them all 3 and I just they get burnt. I don't get them again, and so if I go through all of them and I keep dying, I'm not gonna have any more cards. Actually, it helps to win a game. Let's say you're in a tight game and you just want to finish the objective. That's what you should be looking for. Let's say you want to be faster, just get one of those cards that can help you either finish the objective. I mean, you just get a Titan faster, so you can actually get that domination point, checkpoint, whatever. Actually can help you finish the game. It gives you a little edge, and that's about it. I never use them, that's why I have so many, because I still have a problem with my spacebar keybind, that's why. So pretty much that's it. There are challenges. They're like funny, like always, with the funny names that you see. Well, I'm not gonna find them in general. Whatever, that doesn't make any difference to the gameplay. But yeah, we have played better. We have 3 modes: attrition, which is a team deathmatch; hardpoint, which is a domination; last Titan standing, which is almost like a search and destroy in Call of Duty, like 3 rounds. If your Titan dies, and pretty much you continue as a pilot. If you're still alive, your pilot is still alive until all the Titans are dead, pretty much. There is a leak that came out 2-3 days ago. It shows like around 7-8 different modes, in which was like, to attrition we'll also have team deathmatch, which is unusual, but people were kind of speculating if that's going to be a pilot team deathmatch. And Respawn, the developer, said like at no point they'll have only pilots modes. They always gonna involve Titans because they really don't want to be compared, obviously, to Call of Duty game. That's what it is. They didn't say that they don't want to be compared, but that's obviously the reason, because they want to be differentiated as a mech shooter, and that's about it. There's so many modes. I'm kind of curious what they're gonna be about, like team deathmatch and attrition. That's the same mode. I don't know why they have different names for the same thing, but we'll see. For me, it's a definite buy. I'm buying it for sure. I'm really bugged out by some stuff like the keybinds, which is wow. I guess I gotta live with it. Okay, that's from me. Have a nice day. Bye.